Hi everybody, Jim from County Corvette here. I have a really nice 66 coupe. This is a real red car, original trim tag, 300 horse, factory power steering, power brakes, telescopic wheel, and air conditioning. It's a super high option car. This car was restored back in the late 80s and has been used sparingly since. It's held up really well. This was a really nice original car. Now, I looked this car over when we got it in, and I did learn that the front end was replaced on it, sectioned. I thought it was an original front when I first looked at it, because this is all original glass. But then I noticed a seam in here, and I disclose these things because it's important for my customers to know what they're getting. And this is a really nice car, but this is a hit against it, and it's baked into the price. It's not a huge hit, but I want my customer to know what they're getting. You probably wouldn't notice it if I didn't tell you. I see some evidence of it, but that's what I look for. So that's the only strike against this car that I would say keeps it from being a higher end car, and that's why I consider it a really nice driver. And again, this was restored well over 30 years ago, and it's held up really well. It's got a couple nicks and chips in it. There's a little star crack on the passenger side fender there from a stone that came up and hit it. But again, that's baked into the price for what this car is, being a real red car with these options. And when this car came in, we did our operations check. We went through it, and the AC blew ice cold. Now I was just shocked with that. But that's the kind of car that this is, and that's the kind of care that this thing got. First off, it was properly restored and really well maintained by its prior owner. Now the cool thing here is I have some original owner history on this car. It was I have the original owner's name and the actual receipt he got for the car. It's shown in a magazine here back in 1990 after it was restored. But I'll tell you, overall, the interior looks fantastic in it. A lot of the stuff is original dash pads. I don't think the seat covers are original, but if they're not, they're really good repros. And they could be original. I don't know the original mileage on it. It's showing, like 11,000. It was probably reset when it was restored. That's probably the mileage that the car's had since it was done back in the 80s. So really well preserved restoration on it. And like I said, the paint's nice on it. It's not perfect, but it really is a tall standing car. And the thing, all the windshield trim fits like it should. The car's never really been bastardized. I don't know what the story is with the front. I got it that way. But again, it's something that, I feel the next owner should know about. It is an original engine car, not a restamp. Being a 300, that's not a big surprise. But it's got a lot of correct stuff on it, and just a really nicely optioned car. It's got knockoff wheels and red line radials on it, so it's going to drive real nice with these. The red lines weren't offered this year, but they do look good on this red car. So it could be a car that you show in different aspects, but I classify it as just a really good driver, and with those options, it's a really comfortable car to drive. So we're going to take you out in it. There's a ton of pictures, and I think that sums the car up for what it really is. And it's a good find. I think the car is going to make somebody real happy, and you're going to know what you're getting. All right, so let's take this thing for a ride. Okay, so we got a power antenna that works. Growls a little bit, not unusual. The clock on this thing it looks like an original movement in there, which is not common. Usually they're quartz conversion. As I indicated, we're showing 11,000, but I do believe that this thing was reset to 0 when it was restored, and that's the current mileage on it. But having restored a lot of cars, seeing a lot of cars, my sense is this was a nice original car to start with. Now, we went through our operations check. I can tell you that the tilt telly is, there it goes. Yeah, it was a little hung up there. I was going to get into that a little bit more. They put some penetrating oil in there. That thing probably hasn't been touched since my customer set it back after he got the car back from restoration. Probably has been touched in, gosh, what, 30 some years. Hard to believe 1990 was 32 years ago, but it is what it is. So anyway, just the car starts and runs nice. I actually haven't driven this car yet. The guys in my shop, my mechanics went through it and obviously gave it a clean bill of health, but this is my first voyage here. So I'm going to tell you exactly how it feels, and so far it feels great. You know, 300s are pussycats. They really run good. This one's no exception. Does feel nice and tight. Right, we got some heat. It's still not quite springtime here yet. It's about 51 degrees out today, and I'm gonna turn some heat. Oh, power brakes. Pretty unusual for these cars to have it, and whoever ordered this one, well, I don't know whoever. I mean, I got the guy's name. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I actually have a picture of the gentleman here and a letter from his wife. I believe he passed in 1986. Dr. Gerald Brown, and that's who ordered it new. And I believe my customer was the second owner on this car. And there may have been a broker or something in between there, but he's had this car for a long time. Okay. Heard an air leak there. It was my vent window was open. I opened it to adjust the mirror, but this thing feels nice. I don't suspect it's been driven a lot lately, but we got it in a condition that it really didn't need anything. None of the calipers were leaking, so the car's really been well maintained since it was restored. I am going to do a detail on the thing, polish up the paint a little bit. It looks like a single stage enamel on here. I can't tell you that for sure, not until we get into it, but that's what it looks like to me. But it's held up nice. Like I said, there's a couple little chips here and there, but man, if you're looking for a driver, this is a damn good one. I think this car is going to do everything somebody wants it to do. For a car that like this, with air conditioning and all these, the brakes and steering, it's a comfortable car you could drive all day long, really. So I hope the next owner does that. I think this car has really had a nice life and legacy, and it deserves to go to somebody who's really going to treat it that way and drive it and really maintain it to the level that it has over the years. Everything works. Everything should work. It's the way it's supposed to work. So it is an original radio, AM, FM, but the antennas need to be up. That's why they made them power. So this stupid thing wasn't sticking 8 feet up in the air. Okay, let's give this thing a little exercise here, a little workout. It's actually hesitating a little bit. I don't think these secondaries have been opened up in a long time, so maybe that's something I'm going to look at. But it runs good. There's nothing wrong with it. It did go up to 4,500 RPM, no problem. But we'll see how this carburetor feels, if it's everything's okay with it. But I don't think it needs a tune-up or anything. There was no hesitation. Sometimes they just need to be taken out and you know, take it out and redline. That's why I do it. You know, a car like this should be able to, you know, do what it was supposed to do. But this thing idles real nice now, so there's no issues here. Just a sweetheart of an old lady, you know, old gal, I think is what we say, not old lady. I do like this car though. I mean, red, real red, no less, and it is an original trim tag, not a fake. And they're out there. You got to really watch them. You know, these cars with fake trim tags, they really should be just resto mod donors, because they've lost their value. And believe me, they're out there. I see more than I'd like to see out there. But you know, hey, we need good resto mod donors too. So what better car to use than something that was you know, made to be something that it's not supposed to be. That's the cool thing about resto mods, is we can take cars like that and build something special that people can enjoy and actually get some value out of. And resto mods are doing well. Our resto mod builds are crushing it out there in terms of value, and it's good. It's what it should be. But yeah, there's something for everybody out there, and I know there's somebody out there looking for a coupe driver. Take a good look at this one. I've tried to be, you know, full disclosure here with the things that I could see with it. And I looked this car over well. The frame was really well restored on it, and I also didn't see frame damage. I know there was some damage up here. Let me tell you, it doesn't take much to really, you know, screw up a front end on one of these cars. Usually high hits, you know, low speed. I mean, you just bang into somebody in front of you, and this thing needs a front. So all right, that's clearing out a little bit, but we're gonna get this thing running just a tad better. Probably will entail a carburetor you know, rebuild, just to disassembly and go through it. But overall, really nice car. It's going to make somebody happy. Give us a call. This thing's priced. It's going to surprise you where it's priced if you haven't seen it already. I think it's a lot of car for the money, and you'll be able to get in here, turn the key, and go. All right, thanks for watching our video, and please get a hold of us. We want to do business with you and make you a customer. Thanks for watching.